Read John Elster and Shlomo Avineri. Both give you a good sense of Marx's main theoretical framework, Hegelianism, without forcing you to read Hegel. You'll get a reading of Marx that's superior to artists like Lenin, who read his economics like it's the inevitable science of history. Literature. Does anyone have a PDF or ebook of this in English? The only torrents or downloads I've found were the French version. But in those cases, being yourself is detrimental because you don't even have a concrete self. Apparently this is the man himself, Mr. Fritz Ernst. Another one. Not sure about this last one, the source is a German website, looks like the same guy. I had never pondered a future so bleak before this guy clicked. If you think Nietzsche was pessimistic and not optimistic, then you did not even understand the whole point of his philosophy. I understand what you are saying, but I feel like we are not even halfway the decadence necessary for a better future to arrive. I thought he was optimistic too. Reading Zarathustra, EGA and Bleep Science. But now reading The Will to Power, see the pessimism that came to him late in life. The late Nietzsche was quite mad. Consider his Ecce Homo book. Read his letters after Vienna, his Betz work. Who was in the wrong? Holy bleep, what a bleep. Say something bleep, get called out, why, or the bleep. Quote. Can someone decode these Anglo runes for me, please? How come people don't like cursive anymore? Every single soy goy I've ever seen writes like a bleep child and freaks out over basic cursive. Eden Smith Baker something Wharton. Someone said Eden Smith for your Odom Jareth. I can see Smith, but is Eden even a male name? Keep better company. What is the best site for free ebook, EPUB downloads? I know how easy it is to get ebooks, I just choose the physical copy instead. This is stealing. Should I care? The ebook market is a scam, and art and information should be freely accessible anyway for cultivating purposes. I still buy plenty of physical books. Just refuse to pay for digital copies. Gutenberg, anything new enough to be copyrighted is not worth your time. The publishers would probably pull the plug on ebooks. People would just go back to manually transcribing ebooks. I've just finished William Gibson's Peripheral. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy his writing style, his imagination, and the way his characters interact. I've read all of his other books too. Trouble is, with the Peripheral, I don't really know what just happened. I have questions, please. What is a patcher? Who is Hamid? Why did Dedra kill the Patches? Why did someone kill Dedra's sister? I think it was Hamid and some guy who turned up at the end. Thanks in advance. Don't you know how to use spoilers? Sorry, I'm from N. There's a sci-fi general you could try this again in. I read Adoru ages ago. Real simple book. Read this a long time ago, but the Patches are like the mutated lower classes living in a radioactive wasteland, right? Also, you have read them all including Agency before Peripheral? Camus doesn't count. Out of Africa West with the Night. Pig-related is General Buck Naked of Liberia. That is his chosen name because he and his child soldiers would jump naked into battle after shooting heron. He would cannibalize and desecrate the corpses of his fallen enemies in the streets of Monrovia. He often cannibalized his own child soldiers before battle. Now, he is reformed and is a preacher, in the forefront of Liberia's development. All I'm saying is that you've set your bar too high. Want a list of books from Africa you'll never read so you can post this thread as blatant, Paul? Bait a few days from now. Here's your list, bro. The Epic of Sundiata, Kebra Nagast, Emperor Shaka the Great, The Palm Wine Drinkard, My Life in the Bush of Ghosts, Things Fall Apart, Season of Migration to the North, A Grain of Wheat, Wizard of the Crow, God's Bits of Wood, Zala, Ephru, Berger's Daughter, July's People, Song of Lawino and Song of Okol, The Famished Road, Half of a Yellow Sun, Children of the Alley. Be me. Reading a book. Start imagining all the characters as little furry cartoon creatures except for an old guy who is the Tasmanian Devil. Why does God torment me so? Sounds to me as though he makes your inner life much more entertaining than ours. Well done, base God. Great post, laughed smartly. Can I just start out reading Capital? The first chapter of the German ideology is so much better than the bleep post that is the Communist Manifesto. Also LMAO at the Prude Anglos who translated Marx Die ganze alte Scheisse, too, or the old filthy business. Read John Elster and Shlomo Avineri. Both give you a good sense of Marx's main theoretical framework, Hegelianism, without forcing you to read Hegel. You'll get a reading of Marx that's superior to artists like Lenin who read his economics like it's the inevitable science of history. Wrong and right answers both acceptable. It doesn't. Pluralism does. What part of every X is okay? It's just different. The American dream requires no prerequisites except hard work and elbow grease. Imply a monism, democracy. We all get an equal vote. All speech is equal. It's not bad, but it's definitely not monist. You're thinking monarchies. I mean our discourse with each other. For example, echo chambers. Trolling. Refusing to associate with somebody that doesn't share your views. OMG, I love Shaun the Sheep. I was wondering, which books demonstrated a writer's versatility? I know Asimov wrote in several different genres. But is there one single book in which he jumps in between genres or meshes them together? I want to read a writer that's basically off his bleep, writing in and out genres but maintaining a single premise. Here's an author that's covered every genre that's ever been made, and all contained within one book. Joseph Campbell. Joyce. Mom found the Mom, Son Erotica book hidden in my drawer. Mom, Son Erotica is the hottest bleep, but I would honestly prefer to swallow the entire barrel of a shotgun and blast my stomach's contents out my bleep than bleep my own mother. I'm a huge Kuma who consumes, saves and constantly just thinks about lots of bleep, and erotica is, for some bleep reason, infinitely superior to actual bleep. Maybe just for the strong psychological and multisensorial aspect of it. Mom found my pitch-dripping live stream. I would honestly prefer to swallow the entire barrel of a shotgun and blast my stomach's contents out my bleep than bleep my own mother. Doubtful. Mom, Son Erotica is the hottest bleep, but I would honestly prefer to swallow the entire barrel of a shotgun and blast my stomach's contents out my bleep than bleep my own mother. What about an IRL aunt? I'm willing to bleep cousins, a blood sister and aunts, just not one's own mother. What do you think of Robert Frost? What are his best poems? He's alright, I guess. He's a decent writer to read when you're trying to write yourself, because he doesn't have a super flashy, super distinctive style, like E.G. Dylan Thomas. So he is less likely to drown out your own voice. In other words, if you read Frost, he'll help you write better. But you'll probably still write like yourself rather than trying to write like him. His best poems are all the ones that everyone knows. Best Sneedson's cameo. I love reading. I love talking about Plato with all my friends. Do you like reading too? What your favorite books? This thread inadvertently triggered discussion though. Nietzsche loved Plato. LMAO. Yes, I like reading. Some favorites are the works of Mann, Kafka, Fallada, Kempowski, Houellebecq, Yeats, Nabokov. But I couldn't decide on specific books. My favorite is Alcibiades because he's handsome and desired like me. I like comfy books sometimes. I am rereading Moby Bleep as a part of the Permita DG. And am also reading a dictionary of slang etc. by a London antiquary.